Good evening, everybody. I am back in the U.S. with two of my earlier guests, Gabs, Bunny, and Ash. Welcome back.
Hi.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Ash, didn't you just come back from? You told me you was in Vancouver last week. Oh, sound issues. Hold on. All right, let's say something now.
Okay, so I went there to go visit my boyfriend that lives up there.
Oh, okay. How'd you like it?
I didn't want to leave actually. It's so convenient there. Like there's transportation like everywhere. So I didn't even have to like drive. Like I took a bus up there just because I'm like, wait, like probably be a good idea to kind of get an idea of like how the roads are and everything. So and also I forgot that they drive in kilometers and not miles per hour.
Yeah, it's a little different out there. The the money, the miles per hour.
Wait, where's
Yeah.
this at?
Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, in Canada. Wow. Was that your first time?
It was actually my second time, but the last time I went was when I was like in college. And that's like a long time ago.
I haven't been there. I haven't been there since 2013. It's been 11 years.
Well, I've never been to Vancouver. That's so cool. So they drive in kilometers?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. How do you convert that?
I'm not really sure. Like when I saw the signs, they're like 100 max for speed limit. I'm like, that seems a little fast, but I think that's like the equivalent to 60 miles an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that outside of the U.S. because it was like in Peru too. Like the speed limit was like 30 kilometers per hour, 30 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up.
But yeah, I'm glad I didn't drive because I probably would have gotten like a ticket from a Mountie on a moose or something. I don't know.
A moose.
I don't think they ride mooses, but I just don't want to deal with police in a different country.
Yeah. How was like dealing with Canadian Border Patrol?
Going to there, I felt like I was going through an interrogation.
Oh my god.
They're like, so what's your purpose of here? And I was like, I'm going to see my boyfriend. Have you met this person before? Yes, I have met this person before. Do you have stuff there? I'm like, this is my first time visiting him. Has he visited you? Yes, of course he's visited me. They're like, how did you meet him? Facebook dating and Instagram.
They're dicks. I mean, the Canadian Border Patrol are dicks.
I want to be like, I'm not a prostitute. I'm like, I was dressed up like this. So I'm just like, there's no way I'm a prostitute.
Oh, wow.
But I did it because I wanted to get into the country and not deal with being stuck at the border.
Yeah, I mean, I was stuck there for an hour one time getting interrogated because I didn't have my passport. I had like a passport card.
Oh, okay.
Yes, have you been across the border, like
Yeah, to Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico or Canada?
Not Canada, but yeah, I've been to Mexico. But it was just, a longer way to get back. They have no problem with you going in to the country, but to come back was difficult. I guess I could see why Canada would be pretty difficult to get into also.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy. We're going to be actually leaving America pretty soon, Can you think about that? Like everyone's flooding to like kind of leave now too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it was a lot easier for me getting into Peruvian customs. They're like, how long are you gonna be there? Like, 4 days. I'm like, okay, I'm just there. They asked me what I'm there for, like, I'm vacation. All right, but yeah, Peru was fun. Peru was great. Like, it had great food. Like, there's Chinese restaurants everywhere there, and yeah, the breeze was so fresh, and there's just a lot of culture. It didn't feel all that different from LA, really. Same geography, just in the southern hemisphere.
Where'd you stay?
I was staying in Miraflores. It's like the richest district of Lima. basically around there. It basically felt like Europeanized, like Miami.
Oh,
Okay.
But yeah, it was. It was the food was amazing. But yeah, like driving taxis is very dangerous. Like they don't
yeah.
have to.
Driving seems to be a little bit more crazy when you go outside of the U.S.
Hmm.
or at least it feels like that. I don't know about Canada. It seems like it might be a little bit similar.
Yeah, I felt like they drove a little bit slower than people like in Washington State, but I felt like if I would have drove, I would have been the one speeding around everyone, be like, "Why are you guys driving so slow? It's 100." But also on my car, like I double checked to see if I both had like miles per hour and kilometers, and I
Um,
do, but it's so small. I'm like, I'm gonna get so confused when I do decide to like drive. I'm
Oh,
not ready to do that. I'll just take a bus because then I don't have to worry about anything. Like we drive to the border all at once. Um, once everything's all clear to go. Sorry, my dog likes to
okay.
bark
yeah,
at
yeah,
things. But the craziest driving I ever dealt with was when I was in Kazakhstan.
oh wow.
That's I
Like
know that's Europe, but like where in Europe?
it's
Russia?
like it's like next to Russia and China.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like
Oh,
over
yeah, it's right
Asia.
by Afghanistan. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it's like not like even bordered with like I mean, not Afghanistan or anything. Like Afghanistan's like
Causes.
further out, however.
Oh,
It was like closer to like Kyrgyzstan,
Oh yeah.
Turkmenistan. Uh,
Pretty.
it's a very beautiful place. Like the food was phenomenal there, even though some of the food is a little bit like out there, like sheep's head, dog,
oh.
horse
Wow.
milk.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I did because it when it's offered to you, you kind of have
Yeah.
to. So horse milk, um, not my cup of tea whatsoever. Tasted like old milk with beer because
Ooh.
there's actual like a natural like alcohol in it, whatever. So I was like 17 years old drinking alcoholic horse milk.
Wait, what kind of milk was it? You said horse milk?
Horse. Hmm.
First one? Oh, what color was it? Curious.
It was like color of milk.
Yeah.
So like one of my friends got tricked into drinking horse milk on like the side of this road where like people were playing like polo with a sheep carcass or whatever.
Oh
Like it
no.
was
You're
like the
just sitting
countryside
around
of
the
Kazakhstan. And this one of the guys that was like helping us like along Kazakhstan, he told my friend like, hey, drink this, and she wasn't expecting it to be horse milk, and she was right next to some person's like nice like BMW, and she just threw
she's
up
spitting
all
out. Oh,
over that BMW. So we just walked away and acted like nothing happened after
No.
that, and went back onto our bus and never stopped by that place again after that.
Oh yeah, and and that place is the Islamic, right? It's an Islamic country, so they're not allowed to drink alcohol.
I mean, it's a mixture of both Islam and Orthodox, like Russian Orthodox. So it's like half and half. Um,
mhm.
so like it wasn't against the law to drink alcohol there or anything. If you wanted to drink, but I was there for missions work with
Mm.
the church that I was going, like the church that I used to go to when I was like a teenager. So
Yeah, that's interesting. So where did you go, like, to do missionary work outside of like Kazakhstan?
let's see. I've done missions work in Mexico, China, Hong Kong, Kazakhstan, India, Thailand, and then a few other countries were more like leisure stuff, like leisure
Oh,
time.
so you've been around. You've been around.
Yeah, I've been around. I've been to like 10 different countries.
That's dope.
So,
Hoping to go to more soon, so we'll see. I got my passport, and
good.
that was a crazy little journey because like I've had a passport since I was a teenager, and then once that expired and I was an adult, I got another one. And once like my passport expired during 2020, and since like everything was closed, I'm like, I'm not gonna
That's the point.
renew it until I know everything opens up, because who knows how long we would be going through all of that. So
sounds like
I know it's weird for me to say, but like I was thinking about the times, you know, during COVID and how everything kind of shut down. And I was like, I don't want like another epidemic or pandemic to happen, but it was actually kind of nice to have everything like just shut down for a little bit, because
that's all. I went to Texas. I went to Texas when California shut down. I went to Texas and Florida. I like got out of here.
What was
I
it
was
like
living
when
in
you went there?
Tennessee at the time.
Oh,
it acted like it didn't really exist. So like there were places where you did have to wear a mask, but there were so many people, like once they passed the people that were saying like you have to wear a mask, they would take it off.
interesting.
So yeah, it was crazy. But like COVID was awful, but at least it prevented me from getting married. So almost got married that year too. So
Wow, what a turn of events.
I know. My life's a little telenovela, it seems like.
Traveled around the world, got a marriage split up for COVID, and I just want to show everybody a comment from my fans. He's waving at everybody to say hi.
Hi.
Kleber
Renato. He's like from Brazil.
Hello.
Okay, hi.
Yeah, I was right next door to you in Peru last week, and then, yeah, like I'm glad there's no skips, because last week there was a lot of skips because South American.
Did you go? But when you went to Peru, John, you didn't go to like the ruins?
Oh, the Machu Picchu. I'm going next time. They didn't have a time. You gotta like take a flight to go up there. I saw a lot of missionaries when I was at the airport. They must have went up there. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a lot easier to travel sometimes when there's already like an organized group that goes. You can just kind of go with them. So yeah, missionary work is usually one of their, or like the Peace Corps type of thing.
Yeah.
I remember I almost tried to join the Peace Corps at once when I had thought about it. I was like, let me see what this is about, but I never followed through with it. But I did do a couple of missionary stuff in Mexico. But that was like right there in Juarez. It wasn't very far in to Mexico.
Oh, Gabs, I want to say something because the Mexican told me in Peru, like that area is not really Mexico. He's from like one of the southern states. Michoacan? One of the states.
Oh, over in Mexico? He is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't consider Juarez as part of Mexico?
No, they're like, no, that's not Mexico.
that poor little city. It's like in between being right in El Paso and Mexico. It's such a border city. So
yeah.
And El Paso's the same. Also, it's right there. But
it's all like meshes in the same urban area, basically.
It's interesting living by a border.
Yeah, I never lived nearby a border, but when I went to Mexico, like every time I tell someone like, "Oh, I've been to Mexico," they're like, "Oh, did you go to Mexico City or Guadalajara or something like that?" I'm like, "No, I went to a place called Cofradia, and it's like right outside of like it's like 3 hours away from like Mazatlan or something." I went there when I was like 13 for like a super trip. And so it's like a small little town, and then like the surrounding areas were like small villages. Like one village we went to, we couldn't like take photos or anything because they believe that if you take a photo that you captured their soul.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going through there. Like I've been to TJ and both like that's not really Mexico nature. But going to TJ isn't that much of a culture shock to me as going to Vancouver was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vancouver.
Oh yeah, it was a bigger culture shock because there's not that many. There's very few Spanish speaking people in Vancouver, and there's a lot of like different foods like ketchup chips. Because yeah, Mexico and here are the same like snacks and all that, but Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, like Canada's diverse, but it's more like people from like Middle East, India, Pakistan, all over Asia.
yeah.
More so than like other cities that are like here in the States.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, there's not that many. Yeah, I can count the number of black people with my fingers and my hands when I was in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Oh.
Yeah, there's
You
just
know
not that many
that
black people in Vancouver.
there wasn't that many black people where I grew up either. So
Yeah, there's
but
not a lot of us.
like two in my school, 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, very, very, very. It wasn't diverse like that at all.
Sorry, did you grow up in New Mexico?
No, I grew up in New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico. Yeah, so it's New
Yeah,
Mexico.
no, it's not the same though. But yes, New Mexico. Um, but yeah, people there, or it's either like Mexican, white, or Native Americans. There's like very rare like Chinese people or other types of people there. So I had no idea about different cultures really, except for the foreign exchange students that would come into our high school. So I had no idea. I like really thought that we had this German foreign exchange student that I made friends with, and I asked her if there was actually a zoo in Germany. And she's like, yes, of course we have a zoo. So I had no idea. Most people, that are living in like these small towns, they have no idea about what goes on outside their little town.
They
Other than
don't.
what
I've
shown on
I've
TV.
lived in a few like small-ish towns in like outside of Nashville, and even then, like even if you're white but with like dark hair, they think that you're like Latina or like some other race because like they're I mean, most of them are fake blondes and fake redheads, but
Yeah, right. Yeah.
but like I would get that when I was um in this city that I lived in called Hendersonville, which is outside of Nashville. And like I would have people like, oh, you have an accent. Where are you from? And you're just like, Seattle, Washington. They're like, no, where are you really from? I'm like, did I just stutter or did you not, am I not like
Where you really-
understanding your question? I'm from Seattle. And like, this is when like, people like start to like lower their voice and whisper because they want to know what your race is, and you're just like, why does that matter? But it's just like, I'm white, maybe Native American, something else. I didn't know at the time or anything because I didn't take like a DNA test at that time, but I'm just like, I don't know, white. And they're like, well, you just look so exotic looking. I'm just like, why are we still using words like this to describe someone,
Oh,
so
that's why I'm so glad I'm in LA where nobody's exotic. I mean, especially compared to being the business family in towns in Alabama where everybody's like either black or white.
yeah.
That's probably so yeah, moving on. I don't know. Let's talk about the whole OJ news. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all heard the OJ news.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Let's talk about the OJ news. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of the OJ Simpson passed away a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
And everybody pretty much had an opinion on it on the internet. So I just want to give my opinion.
I have no opinion.
Yeah, no opinion. Yeah, I just be honest. Just be honest, y'all. Like I celebrated when he got acquitted because I mean back in the '90s, and you know what I'm saying? Like it felt good to see a black man get away with something white collar criminals got away with.
Murder?
I mean, a lot of white dudes do get away with murder, so
One
And,
for the team.
and it was right after the Rodney King riot, so I was like, let's get a W. I mean, looking at it now, it was a bit messed up for me to celebrate. But
all the videos that pop up, man, like all these people just cheering for the verdict was, it's just floating around like it's popping up every feed that I've seen, or like in TikTok and Instagram, and all these people have, obviously different opinions about it, but it's just crazy to see that many people that were like, celebrating it. And it almost felt like it felt really weird, but it was, I mean, people were united.
We were, it was a very divisive issue back in that time, back in the mid '90s. I don't know. Do you remember the case, Ash? What do you think?
I barely remember. I was probably about maybe 6 when the trial happened. So, like, I remember it being on the news because my parents would watch the news. But at the time, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Now I know more about it because, I watched the documentary, and where it seemed like, Rob Kardashian kind of like helped, like it made it look like they hid like potential evidence and stuff. So like for me, I don't know like if he was like guilty or not type of thing, but it like that documentary made it look like he did do it, and like it made it super suspicious. And then with like Rob Kardashian helping out with potential like getting rid of the evidence and everything, like it's if it was actual evidence and everything, like, and they got away with what they got away with, then like wow, like that's so crazy.
Yeah. If you look at Rob's reaction to it when OJ when the verdict came out, he wasn't happy. Yeah, he had to look at his face like he knew his friend OJ did it.
Yeah, there's a lot of new theories coming out too about who actually did it, with his son being an option. OJ's son, because his hands are a lot smaller than his dad's or something like that. There's like some theories about his son being the one who did it, and it's just, that's wild. Either way, like people still are gonna die, so whatever you have on your conscience is either gonna follow you to the afterlife or not.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it karma-wise. Karma came back to OJ when he got arrested for those robberies in Vegas.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Shitty people are gonna have shitty things.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta tell you like some bad news. Like my mom's in the hospital right now.
Oh
no. Yeah, like an allergic reaction to medicine.
So,
okay.
They're probably giving her steroids.
Antibiotics.
Yeah, to help with it. Yeah. Well, at least she's in the hospital to take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm staying in her house right now.
So but is she still in the hospital, or is she just discharged?
Yeah, she's still in the hospital.
For overnight, like a couple of
a couple of days. Yeah, I take that.
You gonna go visit her?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow.
I hate
hospitals. Doctor said they're gonna do procedure on her.
Yeah, hospitals, they give me the ick.
I know.
I was in one for a month. I know.
You're in one for a long time?
Yeah, for a month. Yeah.
A month? Wow.
Yeah, got in a car accident and I got lost for 3
Oh man.
That's the car accident? So you were in there for a month? Wow.
Yeah, it sucks, but I got one over 15K from the case.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's somewhat worked at the end. So let's move on to like a different topic. Angie, anything you want to bring up?
I'm trying to think. I'm having blanks right now. I mean, it's been nice weather here in Washington State, which has been really nice. Got to take my dog for a walk and made some really good food, but that's really all I did today.
Oh, so it's actually nice out there, but it's been pouring rain out here all day.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it right, Gabs? Raining
Yeah, I'm not
all
a fan. I hate it. I hate it.
day. Goodness.
On my
Yeah,
days
it's
off,
been
the
really
worst.
nice. It's supposed to be nice, like basically all week except for Monday might have some rain, but that's it.
Yeah, it's gonna get nicer here too. Thank goodness.
Mhm.
I hope so, because this weekend has been a rain weekend. Yeah, it was raining that bad. Like I went to go see a movie. Went to go see Civil War.
Oh, you did?
How was that?
It was an interesting movie. I mean, it's filmed from the perspective of like a journalist capturing what's happening
Okay.
in a very polarized time. Like, who knows? It might happen after this election. I mean, y'all do remember January 6th, right? When folks broke in the White House.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You never know it really happened. Yeah, it was a good movie with Wagner Moura from Narcos, Kirsten Dunst, Kate Spaning, Nick Offerman's in the movie as the president, and Jesse Plemons shows up.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
It's a good movie.
I feel like movies like that are getting us prepared for some shit that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Probably.
It kind of makes me feel like I'm very unprepared.
Yeah, they're basically a window of our culture right now. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a sitting duck.
I'll
No,
probably
hopefully
be in Canada if that happens.
You better hurry your ass up there because they'll close it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a boyfriend, so
You better get pregnant.
Oh, he's Canadian? Should marry him.
He's Canadian.
Oh, marry him, get his passport.
Lock it down. Dual citizenship.
I mean, that's the plan if and when. So, because he tells me, he's like, move to Canada. We got health benefits. I'm like, gotta put a ring on this before I can really do that.
Oh. She's giving the boundaries, guidelines.
It's just a little joke. I don't like, for me, I'm like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm cool with it too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get used to poutine.
Get used to what?
Poutine. It's their food out there. It's like
gravy on fries, and then they have like cheese curds with it. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's quite good.
And some people will put like chicken on it or like other stuff, but I haven't consumed dairy products in a very long time. So
yeah, they got it in all the like fast food spots and
yeah, I felt like every menu had poutine options there for the most part, except for at the ramen place. That was like the only place that didn't offer poutine.
No poutine ramen, the cheese curds.
That would be on like one of those like Facebook groups where it's just like white people ruins like Asian food.
Yeah.
I am part of like one of those Facebook groups just because it's just like one photo was like ice cream on top of a poke bowl. I was just like, that sounds very...
Why the hell would you put ice cream on top of a Pokeball bowl?
I don't know. White people do weird stuff. Even I question that too.
Especially in anything with Ohio food.
I don't know. When I saw that, I was just like, guys, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Poke bowls are perfect without something sweet on top of it.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Like I'm all for creativity for food and everything, but that's just too much.
Back to like creativity. I know there's like there's something called a Japa dog out there in Vancouver. It's like seaweed mixed in with like the hot dog.
Hmm.
You didn't try it out?
I haven't tried that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're a vegetarian, aren't you? Like,
Vegan.
oh, vegan.
Oh, a vegan.
Hmm.
Forgot.
It's all good. My family still forgets that I'm vegan, even though I've been vegan for like 7 years.
Oh wow, that's a long
They're like,
time.
yeah, they're like, you can eat fish, right? I'm like, no. But is this fish vegan? No.
No,
It's
it's
still
not.
considered an animal.
It is an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
It's so amazing like how people don't consider certain creatures like an animal. So, but like when like new friends meet me and they're like, "Hey, try this." I'm like, and like you can obviously tell that it's not vegan. I'm like, "Hey, thank you for offering, but you know, I can't." And they're like, "Oh my god, I totally forgot." I'm like, "You're fine." Like my family still can't figure it out.
what's one of your favorite foods to eat as a vegan?
Oh my gosh. So there is like vegan sushi that is like really good. They don't have they actually have like a completely vegan sushi restaurant here in Seattle.
Ooh.
It is called the Samurai Sushi,
Oh,
and it's so good. Like they have like a like Japanese curry sushi roll that's really good. So
Mm.
it's really good. I also like to bake, so I make a lot of like different things. Like I make a vegan cheesecake that actually tastes like vegan cheesecake. I mean
ooh.
that actually tastes like real cheesecake, and it doesn't involve like cashews. It just involves like vegan cream cheese, like you would with regular
So what's
cheesecake.
the vegan? Let me ask you. So what's the vegan cream cheese made out of?
It just depends on the brand, but a lot of times it's either like made from like oat milk. Some of them are cashew or like soy based. So it just depends. I use the soy based one, which is called tofuti, and that one tends to hold up pretty well.
Interesting. Learning about the vegan diet.
It's a lot easier to be vegan now than like even like 7 years ago when I first started. When I first started, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure the creativity of how to cook things was very new and challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially not using eggs or milk in the ingredients.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you make flour, you need to like make eggs.
Yeah. Well, there's like different ways that are like egg alternatives for like baking, like using like ground flaxseed or chia seeds. Like that creates like a little
Toast.
binder that keeps it all together.
Oh.
Mm. Interesting.
I was a vegan baker for a little bit in Dallas until the restaurant shut down, unfortunately. Because
What's
Leasing
going
went
on,
up
Gabs?
and they're just like, we don't have enough foot traffic to keep it open. So,
During the pandemic, there was a YouTube channel that I started following, and I don't know if you've heard of him. His name's Gaz Oakley. He has this vegan book, and
yes.
when he
Yes.
first started his YouTube channel, he was a chef at a restaurant or something, but all of the stuff that he makes in his thing is so gourmet that it looks very intimidating to try to make it, but it looks so freaking good.
Ah,
Yeah.
can you show
Like,
us the page, please?
Let me see if I can show something yummy. Um, well, I don't know what the hell this is. This is a New York style baked coconut and vanilla cheesecake with something or other. But
Oh, that looks good.
Oh yeah, that's looking
It
good.
looks
and
like
he
it
gives
might be rhubarb.
he gives like he gives all the steps on how to do it. And I was at the time I was just excited to see him cook his food because it looks so freaking good.
Yeah.
But it does take a lot of effort to cook these types of meals.
There's actually a lot of meals that are really easy to make. It's just once you get the hang of like the ingredients and stuff, it's a lot easier to
Yeah.
make. Like today I made like a chickpea spinach lemon rice pilaf, and it was not hard to make at all. And it was really good, and it filled me up.
Yeah.
And
Chickpeas
pretty
are
much, yeah, you get the protein from the chickpeas. Huh?
And spinach too, actually.
Oh, wow.
Spinach actually has protein, so like that cartoon Popeye, the reason why like people thought it was just like calcium that is beneficial from spinach and like iron, but spinach does have quite a bit of protein to it too.
Well, today I learned something else. Spinach is quite a bit of protein. Like what? No, I don't know what kind of protein. But
Yeah.
look it up.
The nice thing is I never lacked in protein, and I actually used to have issues with like low iron before I was vegan. And then when I became a vegan, no issues whatsoever. Like
nice.
there's been
Right.
times where I donated plasma and they're like, wow, your vitals look amazing. I'm like, thanks, I'm vegan.
That's what I put in my
Just for
body.
fun, just to see what their reaction is. And a lot of times they're like, oh, that's really cool. And versus like, you're vegan. But
Mhm.
because I gotten more of that as a vegan when I used to be in the dating scene. Like guys would just be like, are you sure you're vegan because you don't eat meat, wink wink. And I'm just like, how are you confusing food and sexuality, dude?
Stupid.
It was so stupid. I'm like, then why are you using an eggplant emoji to send me your thirst traps?
Oh gosh.
It's so stupid. But then I never hear from them again. So it's a nice little filter. Like I'm my own cock block for sure.
There's something else.
They couldn't
I'm going to ask. I gotta tell you, to be honest, myself, like I don't really date vegan. I dated vegan one time, and I was eating some like Indian, like a chicken curry. She was like just staring at me like, "You really eating that?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it just depends on the person who's vegan. Like there's some people who are very diplomatic. Kudos to them, but I don't usually hang out with diplomatic vegans or anything just because I'm like, I want to be happy and healthy. And like, yes, I understand the, effects that it causes animals, the environment, and all these other things. And like, am I proactive with the knowledge of it? Yes. But I'm not going to shove it down a throat like how religious, like to me, militant vegans are very much like militant people who are like religious. It's like the same actions, very similar to each other. So for me, I don't hang out with those type. Like I don't hang with people that are militant. I just can't. I don't like it.
Moving on, Gabs. How's your weekend been?
How's my weekend?
Yeah.
Ugh. It's poo poo. It's poo poo.
Rain messed it up.
Because the fucking rain. It irks me so much that I had a 3-day weekend and I couldn't do shit because of the rain. So yeah, I didn't do it. Don't even ask me. I'm really sad about it.
All right, let's move on. Yeah. We're about to wrap the stream up because we only got like a few minutes, and we've made it past the 40-minute mark.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, we learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like Vancouver, like vegan diet. It's been a fun live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ash, remember last time we spoke? Like you had an anime channel, like an anime theme.
Oh, that's still in the works. I think we're gonna be launching it in August. Just because I've been busy and my podcast partner, who's gonna be part of the show, we're trying to figure out like logistics and like how often we're wanting to film and get the equipment and all that fun stuff, just because it's like some people are, will say like, oh, just do it off of your phone, and it's like, well, if we want to like kind of show some of the clips of these like anime shows and everything, we're gonna have to like have other stuff too. So I'm gonna talk to a few other people that do podcasts as well to see like what their tips and tricks are too before I start launching it, because I want it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be like poor quality or anything like that. So
yeah, well, good luck.
Do it.
Yeah. I've done a podcast before with another comedian in Nashville, but since I've moved to a few different places, him and I don't do it anymore, just because like the time difference and schedules aren't the same anymore. So, but I really want to get back into podcasting for sure.
Wait, good luck. Maybe have Gabby as a guest sometime in the future. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically just finding people to chat with, because even when I listen to like the larger names, right? So I forget his name now, but they have people who just have done things, or maybe like a ex-military person they'll have on their show, just talking about how they went through life, and it's just really fascinating to hear the perspective of different people and how they overcame something, or whatever, right? So it's like almost like meeting a neighbor, but just doing it on a podcast.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. I'm like over 50 over 50 episodes of this.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, most podcasts on average only last up to like, I think, under 10. Like
episodes?
People who start podcasts, they don't usually last past like 10 episodes.
Yeah, it's been fun. You know what I'm saying? Having that diverse array of guests. Comedy, acting, TikTok. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All around the entertainment industry.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, it's awesome having you on that again, Ash, and you too, Gabs. Thanks for joining.
For sure, no problem.
All right,
I had a good time.
yeah. All right, y'all. Have a good night and good weekend.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.